Action!
Oh, word. Oh, what is going on? Oh my god. The Wright police are here. Then the robots really are holding people hostage? Look, Mr. Lawyer, what do you suppose that what do you suppose that group of people are swarmed around? But is that Conco? I was only trying to help this nice person. She said she was lost. You robots have declared war on us humans. You've even taken hostages already. Stay away from it. You never know what it will do. But he's not a bad robot. Can't you see he's just trying to help me? Is that Trucy? Detective Fulbright, are you okay here on your own? Leave it to me. Alright, people, what's going on here? Pearl's over here. Oh, Pearl's here. I heard the terrible news and I got so worried. Thanks. I can hardly believe what's happening myself. I'm so glad you found each other. When people are happy, I am happy. Flunko seems the same as before. When people are sad, I am happy. When people are angry, when people are... Oh, did I say something odd? Did I... Error. Uh-oh. There is something wrong with him. Huh. It looks like he fell asleep. He must have been tired. No, he's gonna come at you swinging. Clonko? Aura, okay. Human beings are our enemies. It's time for the machines to take over. The robots are rebelling. Everybody run! Oh, something like war, yada 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 yada. Fools, how could you fall for something so cliche? I'm human too, you idiots. I'm just controlling these robots remotely. Thought so. What? But it is true that I've taken hostages, so you better not make me mad. Hey you, hostage number 1. Come here, I'll let you talk to them. Trucy. There's something being displayed on Clunko's face screen. It's the Space Museum. Dad, is that you? Trucy? Trucy, is that you? No. Trucy, are you alright? About 15 robots are holding 12 of us hostage. They've gone haywire. A researcher is the one behind it. She's here Oh, whoa, this girl talks too much. Why are you doing this? I'm glad you asked. My demand is simple. I hope that detective is listening. But before Bright here, I'm all ears. I want you to bring someone to me. Clay Terran's murderer, Athena Sykes. Athena? Now hold on just one moment. I can't give in to a demand like that. So you don't care what happens to these hostages, huh? I'll just pick one out then. No, wait! Mr. Lawyer! I know I have absolutely no right to make such a ridiculous request, but you need me to buy some time, right? Got it. I'll see what I can do, but promise me you'll never hand Athena over, and you won't give up on hostages either. Of course I won't. Now, I better go contact headquarters. Mr. Nick, how do you plan to buy time? I have no idea yet, but this hostage taker, could it be... It's fucking obviously Aura. Come on. I forget how stupid the game thinks we are. If you don't bring me that little princess, I'll have Hunk of Junk kill all the hostages. Princess? Hunk of Junk? There's only one person this could be. In which case, there must be something I can use as a bargaining chip. If you don't have anything to say, Aura, why don't you go home and play with your dolls? Blackwell? Well, even if you don't, I have plenty, you jerk. This hostage taker, Athena, is not a murderer. What are you talking about? She's been arrested and they've gotten her in detention. I'm telling you the truth. Look, the person you want is the real killer, right? Well, it's not Athena. It's someone else. All right, let's hear your stupid little theory. Who is this real killer? I don't know yet, but the culprit is the same as the one in the case from 7 years ago. The UR1 incident. I believe you have a personal interest in this case? It's too late to change what's going to happen now, no matter how wrong it is. But is it really too late? You can still do something about it. You might even be able to fix it. Just what exactly are you proposing? What can I do to talk about the 7-year-old case to satisfy the hostage taker? Retry it in court. I mean, we're gonna have to, right? But if he's getting executed tomorrow, the case has to happen today. I propose we retry the case from 7 years ago. If you make that demand now, I'm sure nobody will deny you. We're doing it today. Or I kill the hostages. It wouldn't be an official trial, but at least we could find out the truth. That's good, real good. Hey detective, I'll give you 1 hour. Get a courtroom ready. 1 hour? But that's impossible. Please give me at least until tomorrow. We don't have till tomorrow. If you don't mind losing hostages, you can take all the time you want. Oh, but wait. If we're going to have a retrial, we need a prosecutor. Don't worry, I'll take care of that. She will. And I guess that could be fair and let you come and check out the crime scene. But Hunk of Junk here will be watching you, so don't try anything funny, you got that? Now follow Hunk of Junk. Right, police? Make way, we're coming through. Mr. Nick, wait, I'll help you with the investigation. Thanks, pals. I appreciate that. Okay, we're going in. This is a crazy case. All right. What time are we on? It's coming up to 2 o'clock. Okay. Aura dropped us off with a warning not to touch anything until she got back. I wonder what's taking so long, but we can't really start the investigation yet, can we? Even if we could, this mess makes it hard to tell what the room was like 7 years ago. Mr. Wright? Ah, it's the hostage taker! I'm back to my usual self now. You are still being monitored, however. But more importantly, an important guest has arrived. A guest? I recognize the chess set. Bro.
I trust you've been well, Wright.
Edgeworth. Okay. It's been a little bit. What are you doing here? This is Miles Edgeworth. We've been friends since we were kids. We faced off in court a number of times, but back when he was a prosecutor. But now... Hello, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, but you're not a prosecutor anymore, are you? He's chief prosecutor now. Pretty soon it'll be a year, right? A title is nothing more than a title. Don't we have more pressing issues to discuss? Interesting. Oh, he must be aged as well, to be fair. If they were... 34. Okay. So what are you doing here, Edgeworth? The captor chose me as the prosecutor for the UR1 case. Wow, she's good. She went all the way up to the top. I gathered all the information I could in the short time I had. I'll give you a rundown. You're always so well prepared, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Thanks, I appreciate this. I could really use the help. I'll start with a brief overview. The victim was the psychologist Dr. Metis Sykes. Yeah, Athena's mother. 7 years ago, on the 7th of October, her body was found here in this very room. I have 2 crime photos and the police notes on them for you to see. What a terrible way to die. This other photo shows the other side of the room, I see. Okay. I also have the autopsy report for you. I hope it doesn't get changed mid-case. Wait, I didn't get to see that. The cause of death was a stab wound to the chest. The weapon pierced the heart, and so death was instantaneous. Okay. Yes, Detective Fulbright mentioned she was into Japanese culture. The body was found by a Space Center staff member and 2 police officers. The police were called in because of the sabotage threat on the Hat 1 launch. Yes, Director Cosmos mentioned this too. A few hours after the body was discovered, a suspect was arrested. The suspect was Simon Blackwell, a young prosecutor. So he would have been 21 then, okay. I hear this trial was over in a flash. Yes, a guilty verdict was declared in only one session. Not only did he plead guilty, but there was decisive evidence against him too. The security camera video and a photo of the moment of the crime, as I recall. But did Prosecutor Blackwell have a motive? To this day, his motive is still unknown. Interesting. He insisted he did it, but he would never say why. So that means he must still be hiding something. Right. And there's another aspect of the case that was never revealed to the public. Yeah, I know. The part about the spy, right? Right. How on earth do you know about that? Director Cosmos told me, after a bit of pressure. He told me espionage and sabotage were behind the Hat 1 miracle. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I've always been good at keeping secrets. Well, I might as well tell you now. They really do suspect Blackwell of being a spy. They think he sabotaged the rocket and killed Dr. Sykes to steal the moon rock. But if you can prove that the Hat 2 bombing is the work of the same spy, we can stay the execution. It's a possibility. That's why I intend to help you in any way I can. Edgeworth being cooperative. Well, we've done some dual tech, some tag team combos in court before, but straight up helping us outside of court, this is new. Now all I have to do is comb this room for evidence. Let's do it together. Right, let's have a look. What can I see? Anything that stands out to me? Like, no, not that. It's about as cluttered as my work office, but I think it's a workbench. Mr. Nick, I think this must be a kitchen. Look at this photo. See the cute little food processor? Where? That isn't a food processor, pearls. That's the Hope capsule. It was scheduled to be loaded onto the Hope space probe that fateful day. The 3 people who came to collect the capsule discovered the body. The first on the scene, huh? A staff member and 2 police officers, was it? And they were here to collect the capsule, which reminds me. Oh yes, they plan to use this bag to carry the capsule, is that right? Yep, more or less. Okay. Edgeworth, did those 3 people have a bag with them for transporting the capsule? Oh, you mean this? It's a custom-made shock-resistant bag, but how did you know? Oh, I just overheard Apollo making an inquiry about it, that's all. So he's looking into the case from 7 years ago on his own, is he? This is one heck of a robot. There's something written on it. Is this supposed to be a poem? I cut down anyone who displeases me. I make the rules. I am the law. I wield the ultimate gavel of judgment. I am Judgetron JT02. I don't believe we need to bother with that, Pearl. It's not even completed yet. He's right, Pearls. There's no sign of it in the photo from 7 years ago either. They were building the Hope space probe here at the time. The murder occurred after the space probe had been removed from the room. So it was long gone by the time someone took this picture, huh? But you can see the probe in this newspaper photo. So you can see the stolen moon rock there too. That strange black and yellow thing on this left side of the picture. Note that the same rock is absent from the crime photo. Oh yes, moon rock was stolen, yeah. So the person who stole it, think it was our spy? I'm sure of it. Dr. Sykes was probably killed because she was a roadblock in their plan. Unfortunately, the government thinks Prosecutor Blackwell is the culprit. Okay. An emergency ladder. This must be the one they used for the evacuation. Flashbacks, yes. The one that she used to get down from the robotics lab. As Miss Blackwell was climbing down the side of the building, she saw the culprit inside. I wonder which would have been scarier, that or looking down. Oh, sweet, nice. Let's see. It looks like an operating table. Looks more like a chair, but there you go. It's in the photo too. Yes, it was here then as well, with the victim's body lying on it. There's a button here. Oh, I know. I'll try pushing it. Pearls, don't touch it. Oopsie. What did it do? Hey, it's moving. What is it doing? It appears to be a robot assembly device. Disassemble anything in a flash. Push the dismantle button. Oh, it literally is making a robot right now. That sounds pretty neat. Can I push it, Mr. Nick? Please don't push any more buttons, Pauls. Okay. Aura's desk is a mess, though that doesn't surprise me. Ooh, I just want to dive in and straighten it up. Wait, before you do. It's Meta Sykes. Plunko, can I talk to you? I really hope he's back to normal. You wish to speak to me, Mr. Wright? If you're going to hit me, please avoid the face area. Hey, don't put me in the same class as that woman. What was Aura like 7 years ago at the time of the incident? When Mother died, Miss Aura was confused. Huh? So he calls Dr. Sykes' mother, but Aura Blackwell Miss Aura? With the loss, she exhibited a severe what now? Yeah, what is that? Catecholamine. A group of hormones that are released in response to stress. Okay. So with the loss, she exhibited a severe catecholamine imbalance. Excuse me, but I have no idea what that means. Pardon me, searching for alternative expression, she would spend the nights crying and then take out her feelings on those around her. After Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty, she repeatedly demanded a retrial as well. That is correct, but without new evidence, her requests were ignored. And then, little by little, Miss Aura began to change. She started to hate it when I called her Mama Aura. And before long, she started hating the court system and abusing Conco, huh? That murder destroys so many lives. Right? Please take a look at this paper on Dr. Sykes and Miss Blackwell's research. Conco and Conco, they're the robots with hearts that Dr. Sykes created. Okay. They can determine the presence of a human with their heartbeat detection system, recognizes people by scanning their spacesuit or uniform jacket ID tag, can also recognize a person by facial features once the face has been registered, can infer people's emotions by analyzing their tone of voice and communicating with them. Okay. They might be more human than you, Edgeworth. It kind of sounds like these robots can do what Athena does. Well, I guess that's about it for this room. So what do you think, right? Any ideas? There are still lots of gaps in the evidence, but I'll pull it off somehow. After all. After all, you asked me to prove Blackwell's innocence, right, Edgeworth? What, he did? Yep, he called it a special request. He reached out to me while I was still disbarred. I read the lines, but I didn't clock what happened just now. After all, you asked me to prove Blackwell's innocence. Right, Edgeworth? What he did? Yup. He called it a special request. He reached out to me while I was still disbarred. I forgot why he was disbarred in the first place. So that was what sparked you to get your attorney's badge back? Yep, the Blackwell case. Right, I have a special request. I want you to clear one of my subordinates of suspicion. Hey, I'm not a lawyer anymore, remember? I haven't been one for a long time. That 8-year misunderstanding has been cleared up, and you must be eager to return. I'm sure you're familiar with the other case that ushered in the dark age of the law. Very soon, a convict will stand as a prosecutor in court. I want you to keep an eye on him. Just when I was beginning to actually like the job I have now. Right, I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Because of the espionage aspect, I wasn't free to give you all the details. Hey, no need to apologize. It's like I said on the phone the other day. I know that the type of criminals you're after now aren't small fries anymore. Looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end. I'm going to end the dark age of the law. That's what this is all about. Huh. The dark age of the law, it sure comes up a lot these days on TV and in the papers. And I hear there are more false charges and fabrication of evidence than ever. When I became chief prosecutor, the court system had already lost the people's trust. It all began 8 years ago. Are we doing... A lawyer was caught fabricating evidence, and a year after that, a prosecutor was found guilty of murder. Wait, do you mean... That's right, he's talking about my case and Prosecutor Blackwell's. Oh my god, wait. Is this to do with the way Phoenix is the way he is now? With the way Phoenix was the way he was in the previous game, in Apollo Justice's own game. It was a downward spiral after that. An absolute nightmare. After those two cases, the mass media launched an all-out attack on the courts. Public opinion was tainted, and before long, the legal world itself was sucked into it. It's such a shame. Once suspicion forms, it's very hard to shake. Lawyers and prosecutors were supposed to trust each other, pursue the truth together. It's so sad when people begin to cast doubt. They start lying to themselves and each other. Yes, and do absolutely anything to win. We're in an age now where winning is valued far more than the truth. I'm sure it's caused our new chief prosecutor to lose many a night's rest. Is it just me, or did his brow get even more furrowed than the last time I saw him? The hostage taker's disdain for the courts is a perfect example of the times. It sure is. Do you have any idea who the hostage taker might be? Well, somebody who mistrusts the court system and who can manipulate robots. It can really only be Aura Blackwell. Who else but her would want a retrial of that case from 7 years ago so badly? So I'm Blackwell's older sister and the owner of this room. I agree with your conclusion. Perhaps she intended to force Miss Sykes to confess. Actually, I think she had a much more horrific plan in mind for Athena. The important thing is for you to solve UR1 and prove Blackwell's innocence. And then maybe she'll release the hostages. I'm counting on you, Wright, to set that prosecutor and those hostages free. And I'll be counting on you in court to help me too. Of course, I want to do everything I can to help uncover the truth. And this isn't an official trial. I'm more at liberty to be a little unorthodox. Right, are you finished with your investigation? Yes, but I'd like you to tell the hostage taker something for me. I have to go to the detention center. I can't start the trial until I've talked to Athena. She's already given her consent. I'll accompany you to the detention center. So I'm still being watched, huh? I'll see you in court, Edgeworth. Even if it will be an undocumented trial, it'll be good to see you. It'll be good to face you in court again. Okay. She was right by my side only a few short hours ago, but I feel like I haven't seen her in ages. Oh, Mr. Wright. There she is. And Pearly too. I knew you would come. After all, the first step is the interview with the defendant. And because you're my friend and I was worried about you. Thanks, boss. I'm not the only one who's worried either. Really? Who else? I saw Miss Woods today. She was so beside herself she came to find me. She told me you used to live in the Cosmos Space Center. No wonder you knew so much about the place. Oh, so you know her? I'm sorry I didn't tell you. That's alright, but there are some other questions I'd like to ask you. Sure, you can ask me anything. Oh. I promise I won't keep any more secrets from you. Right, so we're finally here. The day of the crime. Tell me about the day Clay was murdered. I was actually at the Space Center that day. In the Space Museum. Right. So you were? Right where the culprit fled to? That's not good. I never could fully deal with what happened 7 years ago, but when I saw the center again during the news coverage of the Hat 2 launch, I thought maybe if I went there things would be different this time. That must have taken a lot of courage to face your past like that. Before I went to the Space Museum, the evening before... So I went to the Space Museum the evening before the explosions. This was before the launch pads had been switched. There was a sign that said closed for repairs, and they weren't letting anyone in. Yeah, the director couldn't very well switch the pads if people were in there. But I snuck in anyway. Did you want to see the Hat 1 group photo? The one with your mother in it? I did, but what I really wanted to see was her jacket. That jacket on display, that was Dr. Sykes. Okay. But I should have known it wouldn't be easy to get over such a traumatic experience. The second I saw that jacket, it all came rushing back to me. Everything around me went hazy, and I couldn't see. I tried to get out of there somehow, but I guess I passed out. When I came to, I was in the passage behind the rocket. I was in the shadows where people couldn't really see me. Maybe you got confused and went the wrong way when you were trying to leave. How long do you think you were unconscious, Athena? I was out until about noon of the next day. I didn't even know about the explosions. When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into boarding lounge 2. My mind must have still been fuzzy because my memory is vague after that. I don't remember how I got home. No memory, huh? This is going to be tough. Which means, what if I'm the one who killed Clay? I think that's enough of that, Athena. Let's talk about something else. So, during the entire incident, she was unconscious in the Space Museum. Of course I believe her, but will anybody else? What kind of research was Dr. Sykes, your mother, doing? Machines that could tell people's emotions by their tone of voice, and my special ability. Someday, when people travel to distant planets, their companions will be robots. So she said they had to be able to understand how their human companions felt. Wow, robots that can understand people. I was just a convenient subject for her research. All she ever did was work, and she never paid any attention to me. Oh, sorry about that, dredging up all that old stuff. No need to apologize. I guess her home life was complicated. Oh, by the way, Miss Wood said something about you always wearing headphones? She always wore these... Oh yeah, yes. I had to wear them every time I went out. Oh, I hated them so much, but she wouldn't listen. What were they for? For blocking out the sounds, blocking out the noises of everyone's emotions. Oh, she gave me some kind of explanation, but I don't remember now. It was all a bit too difficult for a little kid to understand. Okay, but let me say this one thing. I don't think your mother only thought of you as some handy subject for her research. I won't believe that, but just about the only things my mother left me with are widget and this earring. Ooh, it's beautiful. It's made of a piece of real moon rock she's had for research. Maybe she did love me in her own way. I'm sure of it. I'm really sure she did. Because that's what I want to believe too. I better ask her a little more about her mother's research. I should show her that paper I found in the robotics lab. Oh, the Ponko series. You must have gone to the robotics lab. You seem to really love Ponko and Clonko. Yeah, my mother made them and I grew up around them, you know? Oh, there's one of those cute little robots in this photo too. Ah, see Ponko's bandages? I put those on her. I just wound them round and round. Pretty bad job, huh? But I really put my all into it. I hardly left the center in those days, so I didn't have any human friends besides Junie. I didn't really understand the difference between robots and people back then. I thought that if a robot broke, bandaging it would help it get better. What a weirdo I was. Looks like there's something written on the bandages. Yeah, I wrote stuff like, "Get well soon, Ponko." Ooh. There it is. We don't have a copy of the picture on hand, which is annoying. But I saw the bandage on Ponko's arm, and it did have some writing on it. And I remember seeing that arm somewhere. It was here. So that's definitely going to come up in the case. But in the end, my mum just put her on the operating table and fixed her in a flash. Did she? Must have, yeah, probably. Oh, that must be the thing I made move in the robotics lab. I was so impressed by what my mum did. I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix me if I ever got hurt. It looked just like magic to me, what she could do. A little girl who grew up around robots. She seems to have some good memories of it. On a different subject, did you hear about the person holding up the space center? Yes, a little. And this person is even taking hostages? I guess I better spare her the news about Trucy. Well, after some negotiating, we agreed to do a retrial of the case from 7 years ago. What? You're kidding me! So that means Blackwell might... Yep, I know he's innocent. I just have to prove it. So wait, did you know him back then? Yes, he used to come visit my mum a lot. He studied psychology under her and would sometimes ask for advice in his legal cases. But she kept that from us too. He was very kind and considerate and straight as an arrow, unlike now where he's more twisted than a basket of snakes. That's why I took the witness stand during his trial 7 years ago. Please, you have to listen to me. He didn't kill her. His heart is screaming that he didn't kill her. I was a fool. How could anybody else know what I was talking about? She heard the voice of his heart. You were only 11 then, right? You were very brave just to give testimony. Pearls is right. You did the very best you could at the time. But nothing I said did any good. I was a shaken and scared little girl, small and ineffectual. Even after I went to live with my relatives in Europe, I stayed closed up in my shell. But you're different now. You're always so bright and cheerful. Thanks. That's because one day I came to realize that I had to fight. I couldn't give up. I exercised hard and I studied hard. I wanted to become the strongest lawyer I could be. Oh, that's why she can fight. I wanted to save Simon, but I had no idea how. Then I met Mr. Wright, and thanks to him, I realized if I became a lawyer, I could prove that Simon was innocent. I also realized that psychology could help me do this. I mean, psychology was my mother's specialty. When I studied it, I felt like she was there with me, supporting me. Doesn't seem like Athena knows that Prosecutor Blackwell is due to be executed tomorrow. I wanted to prove Simon's innocence personally. I wanted to do it so bad. Even now I want to fly out there and go save him. Come to think of it, she said something like that during the Themis Legal Academy trial. She mentioned there was somebody she wanted to save. She must have been talking about Blackwell. I heard some prison guards say that you had an interview with Simon. How was he? What did he say? No, I can't tell her. But how can I lie to Athena? He was doing well. He was happy about the possibility of... How could I lie to Athena? So anyway, I'm gonna lie. He was happy about the possibility of being proven innocent. He was? I wonder if he smiled like he used to back then. If I can't prove Prosecutor Blackwell's innocence in this trial, I don't think Athena will ever forgive me. I just have to free him. Failure is not an option here. Fucking... Bro, what the fuck? I thought you might be here, Mr. Lawyer. We're in trouble. We are? What is it? I couldn't find a single open courtroom. They're all in session. We're gonna use the blown up courtroom number 4. Yeah, we're gonna use the old courtroom. It doesn't matter. It's not an official trial, right? But this is an emergency. It's very difficult to interrupt a trial once it's underway. My phone is from Trucy. I told you I'd give you 1 hour. I guess it's time to pick one of the hostages. No, wait, we still have a little more time. Besides, all of the courtrooms are being used right now. Make all the excuses you want, but you won't get more time. Your daughter is first. The poor thing. She's a little too young to die, don't you think? No, don't you dare hurt her. There has to be something I can do. The cruelest injustice is about to befall us. This can't be happening. Mystic Maya, help us. Wait a minute. Maya? I read somewhere that you were holding a trial in the middle of an exploding courtroom. There must have been really something. Of course, we're this par for the course with you. The courtroom blew up. That's it. There is a courtroom we can use after all. Okay, time's up. Too bad. Any last words you'd like to say to her? Aura, please don't add to the crimes you've already committed. So, you know who I am, do you? It wasn't like I was trying to keep it a secret anyway. We're ready to start the trial. We can hold it in the ruins of courtroom number 4, the one blown up by the bomber. Ooh, what a wonderful idea, Mr. Nick. I never would have thought of that. An astonishing trial in an astonishing location. I guess it's only befitting. I'll go get the place ready right away. I didn't exactly pick the place for its astonishing factor, but I've got to say, doing the final trial of the game in a ruined courtroom, it's kind of epic, I'm not gonna lie. How about it? Are you ready to have your brother's innocence proven? My brother? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to mention? It's not Simon you'll be defending. Huh? Not Blackwell? I indict Athena Sykes on the charge of murdering her own mother. You'll be defending the little princess there, the one behind the glass. See you in that mountain of rubble you've chosen for our courtroom, Mr. Wright. What is she talking about? Athena, of course. Why didn't it ever occur to me before? If Prosecutor Blackwell's innocent, somebody else had to have been the true culprit. Did I? Oh shit. Oh, she's bugging out. Did I kill my own mother? No. Oh shit, Blacklocks? No way, it can't be true. Mr. Nick, what's the matter? I see 5 black Cyclops. Have we? I don't remember black Cyclops. It's been a while since the trilogy, to be fair. Dark Blacklocks protecting a secret hidden deep inside of someone's heart. And there's no way to remove them. To be continued. Okay, well, that was something. Right. Well, that's quite the cliffhanger.